Judge not, that you be not judged. You've heard it, right? Matthew 7:1. It's one of the most famous lines in the Bible and maybe one of the most misunderstood. People use it to shut down conversations, to defend their choices, or even to accuse Christians of being hypocrites. Hey, you can't say anything about what I'm doing. Jesus said, judge not. But is that really what Jesus meant? That we should just turn a blind eye to everything, no matter what? Let's take a closer look, because when we pull this verse out of its context, we miss the powerful truth Jesus was actually teaching. This famous line is part of a longer talk we call the Sermon on the Mount. And a big part of that sermon was Jesus calling out the religious leaders of his day, the Pharisees. He criticized them for being hypocrites, for looking righteous on the outside but having hearts full of pride. He said, "Unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven." So when Jesus says, "Judge not," he immediately follows it up with this. Why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye but do not consider the plank in your own eye? Hypocrite, first remove the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. You see, Jesus wasn't banning all judgment. He was condemning hypocritical judgment. He's saying, don't you dare point out someone else's small mistake when you're ignoring a massive issue in your own life. It's about our heart posture. We should check ourselves first. We should approach others with humility, not self-righteous pride. Think about it. In the very same chapter, just a few verses later, Jesus says, "Do not give what is holy to the dogs, nor cast your pearls before swine." How could we follow that command without making some kind of judgment or discernment about who we're talking to? Then he warns, "Beware of false prophets. You will know them by their fruits." Again, this requires us to observe, to discern, to make a righteous judgment. We have to be able to tell a good tree from a bad tree. Jesus himself was judging the actions of the Pharisees, so he clearly wasn't teaching a total ban on judgment. The Apostle Paul understood this too. In his letters to the early churches, he instructed them on how to handle serious public sin within their community. He told them to lovingly correct those who were going astray, and in some cases to even remove unrepentant people from their fellowship. Why? Not to be mean, but for the health of the church and in the hope that the person might eventually be saved. You can't do any of that without making a judgment. Paul even told the church in Ephesus to have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. The Bible consistently calls believers to hold each other accountable, to help each other stay on the right path. That's a loving act, not a hateful one. So what's the takeaway? The popular idea that we should never judge anyone, ever, is simply not biblical. What the Bible condemns is judging unfairly, hypocritically, or with a proud and condemning spirit. Jesus himself said in John 7:24, "Do not judge by appearances, but judge with right judgment." It's not about ignoring sin, but about addressing it with the right heart. First, we examine ourselves. Then, with humility and love, we can help our brothers and sisters, just as we would want them to help us. It's about building each other up, not tearing each other down. Thanks for watching. If this helped clear things up for you, give this video a like and consider subscribing for more content that dives deep into Scripture. See you next time.